I loves me some 1 degree of Chunky B.
Now, I just have to make a comment about Chunky B. Have you ever seen him looking so good?
The panel then includes actress Lainey Kazan, comedian Chunky B, and Playboy TV host Julie Strain. Chunky?
What was the question? Ladies and gentlemen, we ready to go, Andy?
Oh, yeah, check. Civilist.
The dude comes in late.
I know.
And he doesn't even know what knob he's doing.
Sassy
Ladies and gentlemen,
Civilist.
you know, it's the comfort center. Here it is. Time to Zen. Come to Papa. Come to Chunky Papa.
Right,
Everything's going to be okay.
This is getting creepy already.
Let me just embrace you to the breast of love and
tingling
let you
down
latch on to wisdom and kindness throughout the universe. You are in the garage of love. I am Chunky B, 1 degree of Chunky B, and what a great day it is to be alive. We've got somebody in this fucking garage right now that is going to blow your mind. Okay. All right. We're not going to get to you just yet, Mike, because we always say hello to man that just kind of lubricates the wheels of motion. Say hello to Gary Adler, everybody.
That's an interesting way to put it. You sound like a carnival barker to me, by the way.
I feel spunky
You're coming
today,
in
man.
really hot, bro.
I thought you were going to say really high.
No, you're coming in hot.
Hot? Turn it
I
down.
came in really hot,
Turn it down.
Andy.
You're so hot.
I'm good.
Yep.
Thanks, Chunky, for that warm introduction. And folks at home, don't forget, let's drink some Venice Duck. You know what I'm saying?
You know something? I wanted you to talk about it because, you know, my beverage intake is kind of changed with.
Yeah, but
within
we
reason.
want to appreciate John Henry Binder and Christian Warren of the Venice Duck Brewery.
These
Thank
guys,
you so much.
If you want to get your quack on,
Yeah.
just automatically.
Coco to Snowman's enjoying a Venice Duck back there.
Coco? Well, we don't see Coco yet. You haven't introduced.
Okay, we haven't got
Okay,
we haven't
good.
got that far.
Anyway, he's back there. But anyway, Chunky, thank you for the introduction, and really looking forward to this particular podcast.
Yeah, same here. But let's go with. He's not the Wizard of the Knobs because we all know who Travis Spencer is. Wiz, we love you, baby. We love you. Andy Davey. Andy.
The Manimal.
Yes. So
Manimal.
good to be alive and kicking.
You
know, let's-
wear that so well, by the way.
Hey, you guys.
You just. Is it
He's got
the goat?
nothing close to the manimal. All right, stay focused, people. We're on our best behavior today. Check this out.
You want to talk about anything else?
Astaglow.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Jesus, really?
Okay, the representative, Astaglow. I want to let you know, guys, as we sit there with tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
he's never left our side, this Astaglow.
I know.
Zev has been on the show. He's our sponsor, and he gives us some of the best stuff.
Yeah.
Creams, liquids,
Lotions.
pills, and he comes over. We actually had a sponsor meeting that you weren't invited to. So he comes over with Newer Supplies. He goes, get your executive producer, Gary Adler, to loosen up a little bit. So he brought
Some Astaglow.
he brought Asta Sport.
Let me spritz some on me right now. What am I doing with this?
I don't know, your legs.
Let's see.
There might be a safety lock on there.
Yeah, I think it's childproof.
All right. And you know something? Okay, enough with all the good stuff. Dude, you look younger.
I think this is vag
I'm
cream.
seriously. You do. You're a vegetarian.
Your vag looks amazing.
You're a vegetarian.
By the way, thank you, Astaglow, and for the Asta Sport.
Okay. You're a sporty ass. Check it out. Let's breathe for a second. Let me make sure my phone is on stun.
He was
Here we
serious
go,
about
guys.
5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being back here in the Garage of Love, WKRP in North Carolina, Raleigh. We love to love you. We don't know what you're voting for these days. We're not going to get political, but we love you, and I think the love goes both ways. And speaking of love, you guys, if you're a YouTube person and you don't know who he is, go join your friends in Al-Qaeda because you're un-American. Mike Capes, everybody. Say hello to Michael Capes.
There he is.
The hacks of life. I got turned on to this cat, and thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Thank you for
of
being
course.
in the Garage
Thanks
of
for
Love.
having me. Yeah, this is
You are
awesome.
way too popular and way too good looking and way too smooth to be here in the Garage.
It
but
almost feels like we have a real show tonight.
I think we've got something. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why I'm wagging my tail. Maybe trying to overachieve.
Yeah, you-
Maybe I just tap the brakes.
You tap the brakes. You
That'd
don't
be
need to
cool.
warm our show up. We're good.
Yeah. Any out-of-towners? Any
Yeah,
out-of-towners?
you're warming us up, man.
Something tells me my mic is going to be a little lower this episode.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Chunky?
Turn him down.
Okay, Mike.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Let's just go ahead and set the foundation.
Sure.
I met you at a Fox pilot.
Yes.
Instant friends. You wouldn't leave me alone. I was with the mic,
Stop.
and you were a guest. And that's when I asked you who you are, what you represent, and it's hacks of life.
Yes.
And what it is, and I'm going to let you embrace this, but it's basically shortcuts of getting into cool places with not so much finances involved.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life hacks, social engineering. I don't stop there either. I go for parking, anything just to find a way for everyone to enjoy everything that's happening. Like if you can't afford to get to a luxury hotel pool party, I'm going to show you how to get in. And also I like booze, so I'm going to show you how to bring booze in every time. And so yeah.
It's so enjoyable.
The reason I'm laughing is because I saw these episodes.
Yeah, me too.
But when you're sitting there doing this pilot, and your fingers are crossed, hoping it's going, and this cat comes in as a guest and totally throws off Brandy and the other dude. I'm not even sure we're allowed to talk
Is this
about
the lip sync?
No, that's LL Cool J. That's not a pilot. That's a successful show on
Sorry,
Spike.
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, this is a pilot that
That
I'm not
blunder
sure.
brought to you by Asta Sport.
It was a pilot that I don't know. Did you hear anything about it?
I ran into the one of the producers today at lunch randomly.
You're kidding.
And I asked him. He says he doesn't know yet, but
Yeah,
it's
right.
looking pretty good, I guess. I don't know.
And what I thought was, okay, they had music, and it's going to be like, it feels like a daytime thing.
Yeah.
But Mike comes in there with his bells and whistles,
Yeah.
and totally makes the show cool.
Right.
I'm not saying Brandy's uncool. And what's the other dude's name? I can't.
David Tateras?
Yeah. And he's totally flaming. Oh God, North Carolina.
Italian guy. You mean?
North
Is that
Carolina.
what you're talking about?
Very style.
Shoot.
So he was a chef?
Yeah, he was a chef. Yeah, he was on fire. They're not going to make an episode 2 with him. Badly burned.
Yeah. He stopped, dropped, and rolled like a mad motherfucker.
We all watched him.
You know what's good for that, Chunk?
Astro.
Oh no, dude, we can't talk about it anymore.
Okay, stop.
Yeah. Too bad I didn't know any
It's
fire
radio.
hazard hacks.
It's radio.
He will be missed.
So you come in and you definitely it made it easy as a warm-up guy.
Yeah.
You just love it when a guest comes in. It's like,
Like,
okay,
at what point in time did you meet him?
at rehearsal,
Yeah.
and I'm bugging the guy right once
Of course.
and then he tells me who it is. I'm over there like. What? This guy's got like subscribers at the yin yang. I got 65. He's got like what? You got 300?
3 million something, right?
No, no.
347 something.
357,983. No.
As of
Somewhat.
6:05.
That might be right. I don't know.
But, okay,
How often do you check the analytics on your YouTube?
Every 2 minutes, I think. I have an alarm in my phone that goes, oh, 3 more.
guy from Cleveland just signed in.
Oh my God.
Let me just get the basics because a lot of our listeners and watchers want to know the foundation.
Sure.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from LA.
Okay.
Yeah. Born and raised in a town called Carson, which Brandy's from.
You're kidding.
I found that out because on the show she said straight out of Carson instead of straight out of Compton. I'm like, wait, did she say that? So I asked her afterward, and yeah, we're from the same town. It's just, I don't want to talk bad about it, but it's like a lower income type area. I
It's
guess
like
you
the
would
poor
say.
man's Downey.
Yeah, it's the poor man's. It's the poor man's Downey. It's
This is the way it's going to be. Can you be on your best behavior, fucker?
that's pretty close actually.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And so then I went to school in San Pedro. Was out there for a while, and then went to Long Beach, and then out to Hollywood.
Is this our first LA resident?
You might be the first. Yeah.
Yeah, they say it's
I don't know.
rare. It's
That's
rare.
amazing.
From being from that kind of financial situation,
Yeah.
is that where your drive is to cut corners and save?
Absolutely. I still don't have money, so I'm still.
I was just going to
I'm
ask him.
always-
I mean, like, someone with that many subscribers, I think the general thought in the public is, oh my God, he's making so much money. Because, an advertisement comes up every now and then, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And so what's the reality of that?
So the YouTube, say the AdSense that you would think if I have about 12 million views. I have 12 videos, I think, and I have 12 million. So you'd think that that'd be something kind of cool.
I would be.
It's not that great. It's I don't want to give a number, but it's not great, right? And then I I give out money to who I work with, my production team and stuff.
Yeah.
We pay out percentages, so it's not amazing. And then but then the branding deals come in. That's where you make your money. And so we've had a couple so far. We've been fortunate to have a couple, and then Carl's. I don't know if I can say this, but I just did something for Carl's Jr. So now they're starting to come in. They're starting to take notice and starting to really help us out. So and we produce all this.
The underwear is a paid advertisement.
The underwear was
MeUndies.
MeUndies. Which here's the funny thing about MeUndies. Now I did wear their underwear well before.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's good underwear. And like when I actually met someone there that I linked that up myself. I did the whole deal and met with a buddy. I made a friend there.
Okay.
And he was about to leave, and I'm like, hey man, one last hoorah, let's do a cool video. I got this thing. And so then he's like, yeah, how do you want to work it in? I go, I'll write some joke, I'll write some bit, and we put it in, and yeah, it was a good sponsorship, and it helped us out.
That's
helped us
cool.
make more.
Is that your source of income?
Yeah, for the most part. I do private bartending, so I bartend for celebrities, which is kind of fun.
Awesome.
I could probably talk about
That's
some
cool.
of them. I bartend
Have
for
you ever been recognized at a celebrity event?
by yes, but only by the kids. So I work for Sylvester Stallone, and his kids recognize me from YouTube.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, is that awesome? Do people ask for your autographs and shit?
No, yeah. Okay, here's a fun story. This just happened. I was Friday. What day is it?
Today is Wednesday.
That's not even close. Monday. Monday, I was in this deep in North Hollywood looking for these props in this really weird thrift store, and so this kid notices me. He's on his phone, and I felt him look, and then he just took his phone down, stopped talking whoever he was talking to, and stared daggers into me, and then followed me around for a little bit. I'm like, I think he might know me from the show, and then he finally came around, and he was like, hey, are you Mike? And I was like, yeah, and then. But the funny thing is, he didn't know me from Hacks of Life, and he knew me from a show I did before called For the Win, which is like as soon as that show got canceled, I created Hacks of Life in my buddy's garage because I was a guy who was I was just on a set showing guys how to make stuff with crap laying around the house, and it was sort of life hacky, and the show was just winged. We would literally show up, find out what we're going to do, then go to Ralph's and buy props, and then do the show, and it turned into a very good success for Break Media.
Okay, For the Win.
Yeah.
Why am I having a mental block on it? I've heard it.
It was on mademan.com and break.com. And we did about 3 years. We did 50 some odd episodes. And so this kid knew me from that. I was like, whoa. And then I asked him, like, have you seen Hacks of Life?
Yeah,
He's like,
that's
no. And he
surprising,
subscribed.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you made his day.
Yeah.
He
and
went
now
home and was
he
like,
went home. Yeah, he actually got on his phone, subscribed right in front of me.
Yeah.
We took a photo, and then
That's cool.
yeah, it was cool.
okay, so you're bopping around here.
And, real quick, I'm gonna.
Yeah, sure.
I'll go back, but I have another story from early on when Hacks of Life hit.
Bring it. Yeah.
You want to do it? Should I do
Sure.
it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. This is okay. So when Hacks of Life blew up, it was the Dodger Stadium episode, and it was 3 episodes in, and it took off. And so I was at Knott's Scary Farm. So when Knott's Scary Farm does their scary,
Yeah, the Halloween thing.
yeah. Now I'm with my family. I'm with my brother, my cousins, and we all drove out from Hollywood to come. We all carpooled together. Everybody spends like $100 and something tickets or whatever. So I'm there, and I'm walking into the park, and I had to get through this group of teens. There was like, I don't know, 20 of them, and maybe more. And so I'm trying to merge my way through, and some guy noticed me as I'm saying, excuse me. So then he stops, and then the whole group knew me. So and so they were all excited, and they're talking to me, and I'm talking to them, and my family's just like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are they talking to you? And I was like, oh, it's that YouTube thing. It's some people are seeing it. So then I get oddly sick, like super sick, to the point where I didn't want to go home because I didn't want to ruin everybody's good time and all the money we spent. So I'm so sick that they had to get a wheelchair for me. And I had chills. I was wearing like 6 jackets. Like everyone in my family put a jacket on me. I could not stop I just got these weird chills to where if my skin touched the air, I was shivering and just shaking. So I don't know what it was. I still to this day don't know what happened to me. So I'm in these hoods. I got several hoods. I got these jackets. I'm in a wheelchair. My brother's pushing me. All of a sudden, those kids see us again.
Oh no, they think
Thinking,
something's up.
Yeah. So they're running around the wheelchair, ducking down into my face under the hoods, and they're like, he's doing a hack. He's doing a hack. Where's the cameras? And my brother's like, no, he's really sick. They're like, bullshit, he's doing a hack. And so they're all like running around this wheelchair thinking I'm actually doing something.
That's
Which it could have been a
hilarious,
good
man.
hack. I mean, you didn't, but yeah, I was not. And then I remember sitting there. I told my brother, I'm like, I set myself up for this.
Yeah,
Like from
Yeah,
now on,
you
I'm going to be
can't.
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch
So-
it. I mean, seriously, that is all the elements of one of your hacks.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
like, and people, where's the camera?
Yeah, it looked staged.
That's
Now,
so
has
weird.
has a network approached you at all? MTV, anybody like that?
Yeah, I had a deal with CMT for a while,
Uh-huh.
and they were going to do some new country music comedy lineup on Thursday nights, and they were looking for this Tosh.0 type of thing. That didn't work out. It just, the thing with networks sometimes is that like, they'll change the show, and not all of a sudden I'm just hosting another show. And as we got through the deal, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Like,
Yeah, sure.
so I ended up turning down the deal with CMT, and then History Channel, I had a deal for 6 months with them, and History Channel was just changing hands too. It was just too much like which way they're gonna go, and so I backed out of that deal as well. And so now I'm just kind of building it and doing it on YouTube. And
What I find impressive is that you have the balls to back out of a deal.
yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
because
tough.
I've been into some things that I was like 11th hour sitting at the table with pen in hand, and I knew it wasn't going in the right direction, but I was like, F it, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah,
I want
yeah.
I want that.
I
want the money.
I remember getting on the phone with my attorney, my managers, and everybody were sitting on the phone, and it was like, all right, so Mike, what do you want to do? And it's, I think, one of the network, and I just was like, yeah, no, this isn't right. Sorry. And it was just quiet.
So any regrets?
No, because I'm still building the show, I'm building it and branching it out.
Right.
I feel like, to be honest with you, they could have shelved it and then done nothing with it, but own the IP, and I wasn't willing to give that up.
Yeah.
And now my manager was saying, no, it was a smart move, man, because I was in it, how complicated that's.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
control.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
for anybody to get something in production and on air, I'm still blown away.
It's so
I don't
hard.
I don't
Yeah.
care if it's trash and someone made a really bad decision.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker, he got on or she got
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
you know,
impressed every
because
time. Yeah.
you get one
Everybody
dude-
has a development deal.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Right?
Everybody's
Yeah.
in development, but no. When you air, you can sit there and not,
Yeah.
you don't have to brag,
Yeah.
but
Even if
like
it's 8
everybody knows.
episodes.
Absolutely.
God.
Yo, you get anything on TV, you're doing something.
There was one thing that we're going to do this thing for.
Spike.
For Spike, right?
yeah.
And I'm talking about even before we had our deal, even before that, a similar thing.
We can talk about what a specific show it was. I think it's off the air now.
Yeah, okay.
Auction Hunters.
Yeah, I was supposed to be the dude.
You
Oh,
know,
no
you know
way.
the tug guy with the bald head and the tattoos on his neck?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be Chunky.
I
Oh,
did.
no way.
I did like 7
Callbacks.
presentations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually went on location and did some stuff.
Oh,
and
sure.
then callback after callback, and they were like, "It's a go. We got the green light." And all of a sudden, over at Spike, there was a row of executives, and there was this one new kid. Spacing on his name. If
I know his name. You want me to say it?
No, let's not say it.
Okay.
Let's not say it.
You want me to say what his last name rhymes with?
No, because you slip and say the whole freaking name.
No. I'll say what it rhymes
I have a
with.
feeling we're going to say fuck him and everybody.
All right, go ahead. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
Because he's a friend of a friend.
Yeah, and he goes, just want to let you know that the auction guy, that dude right there, his name's Chunky B, and he's a warm-up guy. I've hired him for warm-up.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, do we want this? Do we want to warm up? And,
Right, or do we want to keep it as close to reality as
yeah,
we can?
So he put
so
that-
the very
yeah.
last guy. And even though that show got bad press. And,
Yeah, but that show went for like 8 seasons.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
But then I would have had to make a decision. Was I going to leave Craig Ferguson?
That's right.
Because I was warming that up, and that was the
Yeah.
glory days.
And some shitty storage show on A&E isn't going to
Right,
pay you.
right.
We found that out real quick.
Right.
then they
So wait,
want to
did
do
it-
another
did it-
pilot.
Did it knock your authenticity to the thing or something? Is that
Yeah.
what they?
I mean, they didn't want someone to go, oh, he's a warm-up guy and a storage expert? Like,
No,
how is that possible?
Right. So the authenticity's
Yeah.
challenged, and
Right.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. I hear
But
that.
so
Tell
anyway-
him the Spike. I'm going to get a beer. You want a beer, right?
Yeah, I'll take a beer. Yeah.
Yeah. So Spike gets back in touch with me, and Gurney Productions, which are good friends of ours, sat there and said, "Hey, Chunky, we're gonna do this. you're going to travel around to auctions and airports. That's luggage. That's what it was, a luggage thing. So people leave their luggage, and after 6 months, it becomes the airport's property. And they do, and you can touch the bag, you can lift the bag, you can smell it, listen to it, but you can't open it. And they, I did another series of auditions, and then Adler comes in, and I'm like, oh, here's the closest one, but no, not sure. I'm like, what do you want him to do? Well, we want him to do is, I'm like, all right, got on the phone, said Adler's coming back for another audition, because I knew I was locked in, so I had some leverage. So I was going to get Adler back for one more audition. They said yes, and he got the gig, and we did this pilot for 4 days, 5 days, and it was
called Luggage Wars.
Luggage Wars.
Luggage Wars. That's great.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and they were like, "We're gonna greenlight it. It looks like it's gonna go the same Bologna, you know, that same shit." You
But
deal
again, we would have had to decide because we were both making lots of money in our real lives.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they were going to pay us nothing, you know. But we
Yeah.
wanted to have a little fame too. Like I know we had that in us. Like this is it.
we'll
Yeah.
buy out whatever you have to do.
Well,
So
you know,
anyway,
that's funny that you say that too, because you asked if the YouTube dollars and cents
Yeah.
add up. Then you think like, well, hey, when somebody's on TV, they're probably doing really well, and you're like, well, you know,
Yeah.
they could do 10 episodes, and after
Right.
agents' fees and taxes, you're,
Yeah.
you know.
but you have
true.
something that Adler likes to talk about, and I think what do you call it? Social currency, right?
Shareability.
Yeah, okay, but,
Yeah,
but you've got access to a lot of people. So you right now, it's your particular, and this is my opinion, level of your career. You've got some power built up.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so you can go to these hobnob executives and say, "Dude, I got
They're
the
all
proof."
looking for the grassroots
Yeah,
following.
right. And
And
you've
even
done
when
all
we
your
pick
homework.
game show hosts,
Right.
like Ben Glebe is one of our hosts now.
Nice.
He does the idiot test.
Yeah,
And he, because of his social following, was a big prospect for them. You know.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
There you
it
go.
brings people. You know,
so something that's totally related to this next question, is totally related to what we're talking about, is how old were you when you lost your virginity?
that's a good question.
That's an excellent question, Chunky. So I was.
No, it's still our guest.
I was 20.
What?
Yeah, 20.
Damn, you probably beat him, Andy.
No, don't be silly.
Yeah. Did you beat me?
Significantly.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
Man,
4
late
years.
bloomer, huh?
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah.
Have you? What,
Come
Were,
on.
were you like a big kid in high school or something?
No, I was a
or-
small kid. It was so weird. I had this weird notion. I don't even know where it came from, because it's not like my parents were like, you should wait till marriage. For some reason, I just had this weird thought, like, I'm going to wait till I find the right girl, and the right girl never came along. So I did a bunch of making out forever.
Right.
And then finally at 20, but I got to be honest with you, it was such a, I don't even care. I wasted it. I
Sure,
blew it.
sure, I did
blew it on this, but I blew it on this idiot that I was ended up being with for 3 years.
Oh,
Okay.
no, that's not-
And it was just like, too much. Like, I wish I just let it go early. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. What was his name?
Gary.
Sorry, I don't know where
Sorry,
we went.
Gary.
We took a turn.
It's all good.
Okay, so have you ever been married?
Nope.
And no children?
No children.
And
Had a dog.
Is your mom and dad still with us?
My dad passed away. My mom's still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
you
his
said you
name
had-
really Gary?
No. No, I don't want to.
sensitive.
Because those drinking days, you could.
Yeah, I mean, it could have
What
been.
does ask
right?
yourself?
I mean,
Would you have, if it was me, would you have let it go?
I don't
North
know.
Carolina.
You mean do it regular? Is that what you're saying?
Wait a second. When you make love to women, let me ask you this, Mike. When you make love to women, do you
just
like to
told
do
the
it
joke.
regular
That's right there.
or in the vagina?
I just told the joke.
Do it regular or in the vagina?
Yeah, that's a question we like.
That's
to
a good question.
ask. You know what I'm saying?
I do
Gary
it
came
all.
up with that. He came up with that like
did not come
5
up with
years
that.
ago, and he loves it. Our meeting before you showed up, he's like, "Let's do that sex question."
That's great.
It's only for certain guests.
No. You can
Okay,
ask
so
me
all
anything.
right, so did you you knew you wanted to be in the entertainment business?
Yeah.
And when you saw the growth of YouTube and the whole Google, you saw that prime when you were supposed to at the right age.
Right.
So it's like us old guys are
Yeah.
trying to step back and like, hey kids, look at us.
Do you remember your first computer or cell phone, or do you remember the first time you dove into the internet?
Oh God, I do. I had my grandpa bought me a computer, and it was, what was it? It was a PC, but I'm not gonna remember what it was, but it was like the standard PC everybody was getting at that time. And I remember we got in chat rooms. Chat rooms were like the big thing. Yeah. And you get in there and just I would just have so much fun going after the trolls. And I realized I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like if you're quick, you can really just fuck
if
these
you're
guys
just
up.
roasting people.
Yeah, and you can just get in there and destroy them. And I still do it. To be honest, I get in my comment section from time to time. Just recently, some guy wrote douchebag alert when he saw my video. So I'll find him every once in a while. I'm not looking all the time, but every once in a while I'll just be bored. I'm like, douchebag alert, okay. And I go and I said his name. I'm like, thanks, thanks Dan 3000. Thank you for alerting us to your presence in the comment section.
Nice.
And then I said something. I forget what the rest of it, but I just destroyed him. And then I burned somebody else. And then other people come in and go wrecked or burned.
Right.
Good try.
Now, do you know all the bells and whistles to maximize your social ability? Like, did you know like I know the basics. Like I could download a video and do that. But do you know how to map it out to maximize your exposure?
I've learned a couple tricks. I feel like I have a guy that helps me out, but I learned that thumbnails are huge.
I was just gonna.
Yeah.
Especially
I learned
how
that
to
too.
work out for free.
Yes.
what do you-
How to work
great
out for
thumbnail.
free.
Great thumbnail.
1 million plus views
From the thumbnail.
5 months old,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
and it's got a half of the screen is
Yeah,
this
no, it's
gentleman
awesome.
right here.
Yep.
The other half is
my
is
ass.
is someone's
Gary's
ass. And it doesn't matter whose ass, but you're like, I'm clicking on that.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a question, Chunk? And
Yes.
I've been wondering this, since I started watching the videos. Like, can you tell us a couple stories about perhaps getting caught or, something went desperately wrong?
Yeah, sure. So I did get caught. I don't know if you guys saw the Star Wars premiere, but I got caught there, and I made a video out of it anyway. But
Okay.
I had
Is it
a
up?
whole plan.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's on there. It's actually the
Sneaking
least
into the Star
viewed
Wars.
one. So shockingly, I think I just put it out too fast because it was such a fast turnaround. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna go attempt to get in the world premiere of Force Awakens, and it was in Hollywood, and it was at the that big Dolby theater. And it was so incredibly hard when I got there. I had plans, and I even say I threw them out the Falcon window because once I got there were like 5 or 6 checkpoints, and you're losing your phones. You're not allowed to do shit, and literally like sweeping for bombs. I mean, it was like crazy town, which I get. It's a dangerous time, but so I did this. I was down to a suit. I had a nice tuxedo suit, and luckily, I have a pair of spy glasses that I wear, and so I just put that on my vest and hung it there. People complained that it was vertical, and I apologize. I always shoot horizontal, but I had to put the glasses there and hang them.
Right.
So I was literally left to following a group of people in to the theater. I had no other choice. Nothing was going to work.
Just going to act like you own the place.
Just act like I
Right.
belong, and
That's hacking 101.
hacking 101. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I excuse me. I followed a group. I tailed them, got in with them, walked right in, got in up the stairs, up into the theater, and all of a sudden I'm noticing something because I'm like, wait, this group is they're standing around. They don't know where to sit. So I'm like kind of working my way to find a seat. And it turned out that they weren't supposed to be there either. They had, I don't know what they did, but they had badges and they were either workers or they weren't, I don't know what it was, but they weren't supposed to be there. So all of a sudden, boom, we all got kicked out.
Oh,
And
you were with them.
I was just with the group that wasn't supposed to be there. I'm like, God damn it. The one group I tailed was hacking the damn place too. So I ended up getting kicked out. It was the one time it was embarrassing. I'm like, oh my God, the cops came and I'm like, oh, this is weird. And it was just because I followed the wrong group of assholes.
Man?
Yeah.
What are the chances? Hey, you guys, Chunky B. 1 degree of Chunky B in the garage of love. And if you want to get your quack on, you go to Venice Duck. And I'm not even kidding. This is a good beer. Tell your friends. Don't be afraid to get your quack on. Dude, this is actually really good beer.
It's fucking great beer.
You're so lucky.
Oh shit, I'm still recording.
Hey, you guys, music provided by Play Up Music. That's playupmusic.com.
Mike Capes from the Hacks of Life. You are tuned in to 1 Degree of Chunky B.
Black is the night that holds you down. Black is the night that holds you down.
I want to tell a story that Chunky did when an amazing hack.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
And that's why.
Yeah,
when I
and
first,
we don't advertise this on our website, but the video does live on our website. And you know when they brought the Endeavor over to the Museum of Science?
Yeah.
Chunky put on his yellow vest and his fake headphones, right, and the gloves and everything. And he worked his way up the crowd, handing out waters and
whatever I could do to make myself look.
And he got within about 20 yards of that fucking thing.
Yeah, I was in the parade,
leading the pack.
Yeah, the nose was over my shoulder. And I was just like, come on, safety first, children.
And then you see the head dude recognize, okay, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
Like
and then he hightails it out of there, man. Dude, that was a great one. I loved it.
That's awesome.
So
I've done a few of those.
I hacked the shuttle, man.
The space shuttle, man.
The space shuttle.
Right, you hacked the space shuttle.
Yeah, and let me.
You hacked
and,
NASA.
Yeah, I know you're the guest, but I got to tell a story.
I
screwed over NASA. I did
That's
took down
awesome.
NASA.
I am sitting at a kid's birthday party. A friend of mine's kids that are a friend with my kids, blah, 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 blah. We're down at the party, and I see the Endeavor. I see it like downtown, coming down Adams Street or whatever it was.
Right.
And I'm staring at it. And everyone's back at the party, and my wife walks by and goes, "No, Chunky." I see that look, and I'm like, "Nance, I got to. She goes, "Don't get arrested." So I came home.
Good wife.
Yeah.
That's a good wife.
To this day, there's always a construction vest and a yellow helmet in the back of my trunk.
Yes.
And when you go to www.chunkyb.tv, and before you
Just go
dial
to
into
videos.
just go to the videos.
Okay.
And
This is great.
so I'm walking with the Endeavor, and I'm like, okay, I got the footage, and I don't want to do an hour of like just walk in and edit it down. I'm like, I proved to everybody, I got right up against it. I'm walking in the freaking parade.
Yeah.
So let me just be a little obnoxious.
Yeah, then he started going off.
All right, kids, back it up. You think this thing? Come on, everybody.
Right.
And I got my phone with
Yes.
me, and I was just making it too over the top.
great, yeah.
And then the sergeant cop guy comes over.
"Hey, where's your ID?"
And then I'm like, I'm getting busted. So and you know what he said to me? He goes, "Get out of here. You don't have a pass and you're drunk."
He was right on all
I was,
accounts.
I was like, all right, ooh, look at you.
Look at the fortune teller.
Yeah. So, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a plea to you right on this podcast, and all like 8 of our fans will verify.
Yeah.
I want to be in a bit with you.
Okay.
I want to combine something, a man on the street type of hack.
He's good in a vest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so good.
Man, I'm telling you, I was doing a hack about a year ago, and I was out in Culver City, and it was nighttime, and I was at the pub, and someone came in and said, "There's an ambulance right out front at the bus stop." So I went and got my helmet, and a bus came over. I got on the bus, and I got everybody off the bus into the parking lot. I said, "Culver City on 3. 1, 2, 3. Culver City." I'm like, "Get back on the bus. Get back on the bus."
Did you shoot that?
Are you ready for this? My buddy who was holding the camera forgot to push the
Get the
shit.
fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I still give him shit about
Yeah.
it.
He will be missed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that happened to me, too.
Yeah. What are you talking about? What are you talking
No, but you guys have a lot in common. Chunky called me
Yeah.
one day. He's like, "I'm at Randy's Donuts." Right? You know that fucking donut
Yeah, the big
place. He's
donut.
like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna do it. KTLA's here, my favorite guy." So he's like, turn the recorder on. So I turn on the news, and there's the guy in front of the Randy's Donuts. He's like, tell me. I go, go. So Chunky comes walking by with his vest and his fucking thing on.
Yeah.
And the guy finally goes, "Okay, dude, come here."
And that's when I panicked. Can I
Yeah.
jump in?
Yeah.
I thought he went behind the camera. I thought Eric Spillman on Channel 5. I thought he was just messing with me, and the camera was off.
Yeah, it
So I
wasn't.
went up there, and I'm like, "Dude, you're just messing with me." And I walked away, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden my phone blows up. "What are you doing walking away from an interview?"
Oh, no.
I pushed out.
Yeah, you panicked, bro.
Yeah, but here's another one.
never panic.
And, I think we're talking too much, but we have a
Yeah,
guest.
we're totally
No,
talking.
Okay,
this
but
is
let me
great.
tell you one more story. So I'm sitting once again at the pub. This was about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years
You
ago.
need to start drinking again, bro.
No. Don't want to go
That's a
back there.
joke.
Yeah. If I start drinking, when I drink,
seriously.
I grow handcuffs. That's what someone said at a meeting.
That's terrible.
Oh, man.
So check this out. I'm sitting there at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're all watching the news at my morning pub, and this bartender girl goes, "Chunky, there's a scam on the over thing down the street. Someone didn't sign the right papers, so there was a scam. Why don't you go scam the scam?"
Yeah.
I'm like, da-da-da-da, shaft of light came on me.
Yeah.
Birds were singing, angels were dancing. So I got in my car. It was right down the street. And they're on the phone. I'm like, when are you going to do it? I wait for it. And I'm hiding behind the bushes. I
You
grabbed the
called me
clipboard.
to press play again.
Yeah.
Press record. Yeah.
And I scammed the scam when I was
He was so funny. dude.
I would take a cone and
It's on
just
the
walking
open of our
around.
show.
It's on the website.
Yeah.
chunkyb.tv. And so why I'm bragging about this is my job interview with you.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
I want you to call me and
That's
say,
exactly
Chunky, I
right.
need
Yeah.
you for this.
I need a
we'll bring you
construction
in.
guy. I
Yeah.
need a contractor.
Yeah, we'll bring you in for contractor.
Anything.
Absolutely.
And the thing was, and the reason why I was like, oh my God, here's my long lost cousin talking about Mike.
Yeah,
and
no shit. But he's actually doing it correctly.
he's doing it right. Right. Do something. If we had,
If we were 15 years younger,
yeah, God damn
we'd
it.
figure it all out.
The old men up in the Muppets movie or whatever. But
Andy might be on time.
so I did. So that, yeah, I want to a piece of your action, and you don't even have to give me credit or anything. You don't even have to say that. I won't even. I just
we'll
want to
say-
be in a bit with you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm
We'll
very
figure out something
versatile.
fun.
And when you see how we snuck into the Kings game and you saw me hacking the news and stuff like that, you're gonna be like, yeah, this could be my
Yeah,
protege.
he's got something going
As long as you
on.
don't buckle under pressure.
Dude, what are you kidding me? I eat that shit for breakfast, man.
1 out of
Yeah.
4. I'd say 1 out of
Oh,
4.
I did panic once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did panic.
That's not
once.
bad.
So,
That's not bad.
how do you,
I panicked once.
like in the Disney thing, who's shooting? You got like some guy with a, how's that work?
Yeah, so we got a camera guy, and he'll just. So this is kind of interesting. I have a way that I work. So him and I don't talk. I tell him what my game plan is, and then we separate. And then every once in a while, I'll have somebody texting me or, kind of communicating. But I don't ever want to be connected to the camera guy
Right.
because he's got to be.
He's an innocent.
And like sometimes we'll stage stuff in order to get things like we'll literally have a couple people like they're taking a photo, and then I'm doing my shit in the background. He just passes them and gets it because you just don't want to get him caught.
That ruins the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you're done. And everybody always asks me how I get the camera guy in, and I'm just gonna leave that unanswered because
Right.
they should figure it out. But
Right.
it's about me hacking in.
Absolutely.
So but yeah, so yeah, I don't communicate with him, but here's a good story actually from in the Disney hacks, and this was a panic mode for me, where I normally don't panic. I'm usually like I'll figure it out. My favorite movie growing up, by the way, was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And
Oh no, yeah, of course.
obviously, and so I had that movie memorized, word for I could watch it and sit and memorize.
By the
it.
way, Ben Stein will be sitting in that chair. In a
Ben
couple
Stein's on the
No
hook.
way.
Yeah.
Oh
He'll be
my
coming in.
god, Fry!
Yeah,
Oh my god,
Clear
Are you-
eyes.
that's awesome. So yeah,
I do the clear. I do the clear eyes.
Reference really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eyes
How
Some people go Bueller. I go clear eyes.
Not the same.
Can we
Clear
please-
Eyes is newer actually.
Yes, I know it is. See what I'm dealing with? See what I deal with on every freaking Wednesday night?
That's
All right, go ahead. Let's hear the story.
So yeah, so we did a stunt called the Man Baby, and this is
Yeah.
where I built a baby stroller
Right.
that fit my man friend inside.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
baby's,
saw it, man.
yeah,
It's awesome.
so baby's getting free, Disneyland. So the way it was built was it was a tandem stroller, and then I cut a hole in the back and we kind of sewed it up nice and put his head through the back seat.
Right.
Now you can't see this on camera actually. We did outfit the stroller with a GoPro to be on his face, and it was a kid named Mikey Bolts, huge YouTube star, and that kid's got 3 million followers. Jesus Christ, he's super talented and he's a very good friend. So I put him in this thing, and there was an actual baby body in a blanket, but you couldn't see that, and his head was just sort of sitting.
Yeah.
We never got the right angle because it's very hard to get those shots too.
But one of my favorite shots is that woman gets a good glimpse in there.
That's mine too. That's mine, and I'll tell you what, that shot was my whole thing. Like I sat there and went, guys, don't worry, I'll get us in, I'll get in, and I did. And then I'm like, but the money shot is getting me in that castle with Mikey. All over the bridge, we're gonna get through that castle. That's all I want. I'm like, that's the money shot. We need it.
Storm the castle.
Storm the castle. And then when I saw the shot later, I saw that woman. She's on a motorized cart.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, and she drives by real slow, and she just looks at the baby like, "Good God." What the hell? And we felt nobody said anything. By the way, I'm walking around this whole amusement park with this guy inside of this baby chair, and I wish we had. I don't have enough money to have another camera guy.
Yeah.
If we had another just on reactions of people, that was an episode in itself because you could tell that they didn't want to offend you because your baby was like had a pituitary disorder or something. Yeah, and like, but man, the faces were priceless. So we're going in the park, and oh, by the way. From the Dodger Stadium, the baby bottle was filled with
Vodka?
White
Russian.
So in those shots, we put the GoPro specifically to catch Mikey's face, but also to see me feeding him the alcohol.
Yeah.
So now he's inside this, and I had a seamstress friend of mine, Cynthia. She stitched everything around so his body would stay inside this. Now it was a to-do. It was a great prop. And then he's sitting. All his weight is on sort of this skateboard that we built. Oh, so yeah. He's sitting on this skateboard on these caster wheels. So caster wheels are those office chair wheels.
Sure.
Right.
So I'm rolling through the park. I'm like, guys, let him know I'm going to get the money shot. I'm going to go to the castle. So just be ready and follow me and get to the castle. So as I'm rolling the stroller, I don't hear anything, but I hear something. It's like click. And then I watch one of the caster wheels roll from under the thing. And I pick it up real quick and I put it on the thing. And now he's got one gone. So now we're getting our money shot through the castle, and we get it. It was beautiful. I was so proud of that moment. But after that castle shot, we're done shooting, or at least that bit we're done shooting, and I get into Fantasyland, which is when you pass through the castle, and the second wheel breaks off, and the wood plank that he's on just goes. And now I'm just pushing the stroller with wood, and everyone's looking at me because the sound was loud.
It's a baby stroller.
And it's a baby stroller, so they're all looking at it. So this is the one time. Again, me and my cameraman, we don't communicate. He runs over to me and in my ear, and he goes, "Get him out! Get him out! Get him out!" And I'm like, "No way! I'm not getting him out. I'm not going to Disney jail." So, so he wanted just me to pull him out. Like there was a stroller area next to the teacups. He's like, just get him out there. And I'm like, no. And so I lean in. I'm like, Mikey, put all your weight on me. So he's wheeling now on this board. And I'm pushing him. We get to I was sweating bullets. This is when I was about to collapse because I'm like, oh, God, this is bad. Yeah. Get him to the nearest bathroom and then just take him out. And I broke the skateboard in half, dumped it in the trash can.
Was there anyone in that bathroom?
There were people, but we were in the handicap stall. Right. And I apologize to handicap people, but we were in there trying to get him out, and I'm sweating like I've never, and I'm trying to get him out of there. And so, like I said, I just dumped the skateboard in the garbage, and then I rolled the stroller to a little stroller parking area, and then I just put everything. We had stuffed animals, all this crap. I put it all on the belly of it, and then him and I took off, and we went and did all the other hacks, which were how to not wait in line, how to get free food, and how to get a souvenir.
How fast are you running home to look at that footage?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, we as soon as we get to the parking lot, because we have those cameras where we can look at it. I go, let me see that shot, and like, boom. I'm like, yes, thank God. But my camera guy's on it. Like awesome. He's on it. He just has that eye for like, I got that moment. Right. So yeah.
Okay, did they let you know how dedicated that I will be to your production? I'm going to tell you, if you need another camera operator, because I've only shot camera for 30 years.
That's it?
Handheld
Nice.
Also, I will do it for free.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
So if you need, like, oh man, I would love like the wide shot, the master, or zooming in for some close-ups, whatever you need, I can hide. I'm telling you right now, and I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
I will do it for free.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
So I'm going to put that out there, and trust me, I'm going to be tracking you down shortly after this freaking podcast. So this is definitely your calling.
Yeah.
Can I ask for another favor?
Sure.
Would you please consider me and Gary to be texperts on your game show?
Absolutely. 100%.
On the panel?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you dialed into this?
I haven't dialed in yet.
You know why he's such a freaking genius? It's because what is the most simple phone besides calling? Text. This guy manipulates, turns, twists, and actually makes it likable. How can you make a game show about texting?
Well, that's what
and
I'm
have
saying.
segments?
If you can gamify this stuff, you got to pitch it.
And he does it so perfectly.
Yeah, well, I
So
think you guys will love this actually.
So tell us all about this crazy game show.
So I've been
If it's protected, tell us all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's totally protected. This is my show. So I was in a relationship for 8 years. I did not get married or have kids in it, but I broke up about a year and a half ago now.
8 years, dude.
8 years.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Can't get that back.
Yeah, can't. I'm trying to get it back. I'm paying out people. So I realized that texting, like, when I got back into the game, into the dating game, it's all Tinders and God, there's Rayas and there's this new thing which I'll tell you guys about with this what's a texting. It's called Happen.
Well, you're from Carson, so you probably dialed into Farmers Only.
Farmers Only, absolutely, which is great.
That was funny up here.
So
Andy's on
So,
Beluga.com.
so there's all these. So it's all tech. It's all messaging now, and these kids will not meet someone in person until you get through this messaging phase. So I realized that that's it now. Like, and I've been involved in it too. Like that your texting game has to be on point, or else the girl won't even want to meet you, which I agree with too, because you can tell a lot about a person through texting.
This is the pre-interview.
It's courtship.
Yeah, it's courting. That's right. It's courtship before the
100%.
green light. I
Yeah,
got you.
so you're not going to meet face to face unless you pass this. And people will judge you on, which I do, grammar, spelling, wit. Like, there's so much text etiquette out there that you wouldn't believe it.
Okay, why don't you take a second and tell us, as you go further into the story, but what is a turn on and what's a turn off in a texting world?
For me, yeah, it's to be honest, it's grammar. Grammar kills me. Like if a girl texts me and she's mixing up the yours and the twos, I'm like, I don't know why. It's just important.
So
to me,
you want the Y-O-U-R. You don't want the U-R?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't like the abbreviations either, but I don't mind it. Like if they're doing that and it's quick, but when they spell it out, if they can't get it right, and the twos and the wheres and wheres, it bothers me.
I got you. Yeah. Grammar. Basic
I don't
grammar.
Chunky wants to
why.
know about multiple emojis.
I don't, the emojis, yeah. We that's ridiculous. I don't use a lot of them. I'm actually still old school where I'm like colon in a parentheses.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to let you know, just for the record, I have never used one.
Good.
I have never in my life have used one.
My wife made me once.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just found out the other day. There's pages. There's multiple pages
said,
on my
would it
phone.
kill
Oh
you?
yeah,
Would
several.
it kill you to put a smiley face on there?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who uses the buildings and the flags. Like, when is that ever?
buildings,
When
right,
is
yeah.
buildings ever gonna
I'm
be
thinking
used?
skyscraper.
Hey guys, meet me at the office, dude. We get it, dude.
Japanese stop sign.
Okay, let's not get off the point because I definitely want
Sandwich
to
on
keep
there.
continuing. Okay, your
Is there a
thought process
sandwich
was.
emoji?
There's an
Hey,
alien
we're talking-
bowling
There
ball.
are. There's everything.
there a sandwich?
There's
Oh
gotta be a
yeah,
sandwich.
there's sandwiches,
Yeah.
burgers,
Right.
martinis.
The sandwich is probably longer than your attention span right now. I'm trying to get.
It's a foot long.
5 inches.
Why don't you ask me if you can, be on a show again?
Oh, really? Is this when you turn on? See? What the hell is going on around?
It's all right.
Okay, because I'm trying to get us
All
on
right,
the show.
all right. I'll
We're
shut
trying to
up.
be guests on the show. Wouldn't we be fun? We'd be pretty decent.
You'd be great. You guys will love it.
Okay,
It's super fun.
so basic
Andy,
grammar.
show me how to text later.
Yeah.
Perfect. Not perfect, but at least some effort into grammar.
Yeah.
Okay. What about
Turn on.
comedy? Yeah. What's a turn
That
on?
is
What about photos? What about
photos. Well, obviously photos are great. But comedy is so important to me in text message. If a girl is quick, I am so turned on. Like if her game is on point, like I've texted girls before. I'm like, whoa, this girl is actually smart. Like this is and
That's
I think
cool.
comedy and
I've experienced that myself.
Right.
yeah, brains and comedy go hand in hand. Obviously,
Well, doesn't sometimes sarcasm get misread?
it can, and there's emojis that can be misread. Like the thumbs up always seems like a condescending piece of shit. Like that fucking.
Or
thing.
what about the actual condescending piece of shit?
That
that
Turd.
That is clearly
Andy uses that a lot.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
With the push.
As I've been writing the show and doing the show, so I host the show as well, and then
Yes.
I write it, and I do this text etiquette number. It's called Text Tactics, and we that's a bit that we do when the let me give you the run through of the show.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so again, I as I was sitting there, I help a lot. The reason why this show came about is because I help a lot of my guy friends text. because they are terrible at it. And I'm pretty good.
Are you
at
the
it.
Cyrano de Bergerac?
I am totally the Cyrano, which I wrote that in an episode. No kids know what Cyrano is.
Yeah,
They don't even know what Steve Martin's version with the
you're kidding.
Roxanne. You can't explain that to him. It's too
There's
hard.
not
But
an emoji for that.
no, there should be. It's an eggplant.
Eggplant.
Oh!
Hello.
What the?
So
Chuck and I are like, what?
the Mike and Andy show.
Oh, here we go.
God, where was I? Talking about. I'm helping all my friends. I was helping a buddy that was on. He was the Bachelor. Remember ABC's Bachelor?
Sure,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was one of the Bachelors, and I help him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you guys! Like, so as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, I got a show.
This is a thing.
Yeah, because I have a lot of girls that will say, I always help my guy friends. Girls help their guy friends. So I'm like, here's a show. We are gonna. So I commissioned this set. We have this set, and I had a big cell phone built that sits next to me, and we have a contestant.
Yes.
Tons of puns, by the way.
Oh,
Nice.
your show is
Pun
full of
God,
them.
yeah. So we have a contestant that comes on. We put their real text message threads on my giant cell phone. And this is real stuff. And we put it up, and then I have a panel of texperts.
Nice.
So I bring in stand-up comedians, celebrities, everybody.
And Chunky and Adler.
Chunky and Adler. And it's three texperts. And then we will go and dissect the shit out of their text threads.
That's hilarious.
And we will talk about where they failed and where this and that. Then we get to the point where the text thread ends, where say the guy's coming on, he's like, and this is where it ended because I said this. And we're like, okay, so it's up to the texperts to send the next text that's going to go through. That's going to by the way, the contestant, I got to say this so much now, has a choice. He can either ask them to salvage it, like I want to make this work, I want to meet this girl, you guys send the next text and salvage this relationship, or just fucking destroy it, press the plunger, have fun.
Yes.
I don't want to speak to this person again. And so he leaves it to them. Now here's the catch of the show. The contestant doesn't get to see the text that goes out. He picks it by the way they handled themselves and the advice that they gave.
Right. So
And-
the contest, the guy on the show, the
Yes.
guest,
Yeah.
picks one of the three.
Yeah.
Before they reveal.
Yeah,
like
so they've
Hollywood
already
Squares.
totally
Yeah.
and they've written the text out, and then we show the other two that weren't picked, and then this guy has to text this next text out to this person, no matter what it is, and then I do bits like text tactics, which I can tell you I learned that texting the letter K is very passive aggressive, especially with women. Guys don't care. Guys just like, hey, dude, I'm going to the gym. It's like, okay, cool, because I'm fucking busy. I don't care. Girls don't like that shit.
They want the okay.
They want the okay, or this is weird, but they want the K with the lowercase k next to it. Or they want okay spelled out, or they even OKAY. But don't do that K because that's offensive to people. So that was one of our that's an example of a text tactic. And so I come up with these different things. Ha 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 versus he.
Yeah.
Guys should not he. It just seems like you're like a Japanese schoolgirl covering her mouth, If you're a guy, you shouldn't LOL either. I think you should just ha, and depending on how funny it is, you can add a couple ha's to it.
I
But
can
don't
say
go
I've
crazy.
never LOL'd.
Me neither.
Not once, ever, never did.
I had
Me
to clarify because the person also was coming back with me with an LOL.
A dude?
No, a chick.
Okay.
And
LOL's like
Yeah.
giving a guy a foot massage.
yeah.
It's the same
So
feeling.
I
It's the same
basically-
feeling.
Exactly right.
I do a lot of comedy through texting, through friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I hit one up a woman down in New Orleans today, and she texts back, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
With a question mark, and I'm like, "Oh
Did
God!"
that end the
maybe
text? Did
I
that end it?
hit in her sword. No, I just did multiple question marks
Right.
back to her.
That's a good one.
And she goes,
Yeah.
"You're killing me. I love it." La, 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 la. So she
right.
came back,
came
but
back,
there
you got
there
it.
was nervousness for 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Sure.
got you.
About
Sure.
maybe she misread it. Is this guy bugging me? Blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time friend. She's been a friend of mine forever.
But we all go through those things where we're like, was that right? We did, and then
Right.
that's where
That's where the game show
the
comes
game show.
in.
And I wrapped it in a very, because I was addicted to those '90s game shows like the Blind Dates and the whatever they,
What the
when
Chuck
they-
Wooleries?
Yeah, all that shit where we just kept watching it. So
Hell yeah.
I designed the show to be
Love
a
Connection.
throwback, Love Connection.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be a throwback to those '90s game
Sure,
shows.
you wear the suit.
but with a millennial twist. So because these kids only know texting,
Yes,
so they're
yes.
going to respond to this. These young kids,
That's
that are,
great.
No, do
Yeah.
you see that program? Can you see that on television?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
I actually designed it for television, but I wanted to build it. So right now we're averaging about we're getting about 300,000 views per video, and I've only done 3 episodes. I just shot another 3. The next 3 are going to be amazing. I got good stand-ups on it. I got in this episode that's coming up May 16th. I'm going to promote this because this episode was killer. So I'll give you a little background. When I get the text message threads from the person that's coming on the show, I will write out the show, and I'll write my jokes, and I'll write the tosses to the panel and things like that. Set up the show, basically. And so I always put an arc on the show, and we got a text from this kid comes in. He's a nice kid, too. He comes in. He's got this girl texting him at 2 a.m. Hardcore aggressive. I want you to come over and bring some magic. And sexual aggressive. And as I'm reading these text messages, I'm like, and I was talking to my producer buddy, and I'm like, God, there are a lot of signs here. I'm not sure where this is going, but there's something going on. And then I found my arc. I'm like, okay, I got the arc. M. Night Shyamalan's Signs with Mel Gibson. I'm like, because there's so many things we should be picking up on here. And I go, but we can't do the episode with that unless we have a twist, right? And so as we're going through the text messages, and this is when I know an episode's going to be good, because I'll find that twist, or if I find that answer, I'm like, this is the episode. So as we're going through the text, the girl, so they met on an app called Happen. Now Happen is a kind of a stalkery type app. First off, this is one where if you go to this coffee shop every day and some other girl notices you in this coffee and you're both on the app, she will find you from going, I see that guy at the coffee shop, I like him, I want to meet him, and then she'll click, and then she'll send a message like we've crossed missed encounters or whatever.
Okay, I got you.
So this guy meets this girl through this, and she drops her number. So he's like, please text, I'm deleting my app. And I'm like, why is she deleting the app? Has she got a boyfriend and she's got to delete the app so he doesn't see that she's on it? But then moving to text message doesn't really give us the answer, because now the boyfriend's going to be looking at her phone. Maybe, who knows? And I'm sitting there going, what is going on with this? So we did a text tactic about the first a couple episodes ago with the Facebook reverse lookup. So you can take a phone number that if you get an unknown text from someone, drop that number in Facebook and it gives you who it is.
No way. Did you know that, Andy?
Yeah, as long as you've
said yes to it.
Yeah, as long as you've allowed it, which most people have. In fact, as we were doing this, I learned that apparently my phone number was attached, and I'm like, I'm disconnecting that. And I was wondering why I got all these calls from all over the fucking country. Yeah. But so you drop the number, and most people don't have this privacy set, and you can get who it is. So we do this, and this girl, this sexually aggressive 2 a.m. girl, was a Vietnamese boy in high school in San Diego.
Even better.
Right.
Wow.
Oh,
solid.
I mean, you finally got me going here.
there he is. So yeah. Then I dropped. By the way, I have this information
awesome.
now. I have this
so
information.
Full catfish.
Right. Yeah, full catfish. And now I have this information. I don't tell the comedians. I don't tell him.
That's fantastic.
I drop it live on him to get the real reactions. And so, of course, the panel's just taking it. And as soon as the dust settles, this poor kid, I can't wait for this episode to come out. This poor kid looks at me, and I've got this big cell phone between us, and he looks at me and he goes, so wait, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, here he is right here. And I put it up on the screen.
Oh, no way.
And it's this Vietnamese kid profile, this kid from high school that was catfishing him. And I was like, well, man, you dodged a bullet here. So that was fun for the panel.
No doubt. Oh,
Panel.
God, yeah, that's material for days.
And the way we did it, I'm not going to tell you what the texts are, but we did it where we're like, hey, you guys send a text to let him know that he knows what he should know now, but do it in a way that, like, I know about you, and we're going to end this. And like,
okay, can I do my audition?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's what I would have texted.
Yes, good.
Okay.
Little, yellow, different.
Oh,
Really? Really? Guess what?
What?
You got your headshot. We'll give you a call.
All right, come on.
Man. All right. So you're on a roll. You're really
trying.
You got good things.
I got to bring this guy into the network for a pitch.
That'd be great. Yeah,
If you're interested.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to bring in these new episodes when I have them.
Yeah. That's what he should bring in is the
catfish.
The text game.
Yeah.
the
What to text.
catfish. Yeah, bring.
I'll bring in it's called What to Text.
Yeah. I'll get you right in with the head of development.
That'd be great. Yeah,
No
I think they'll
problem.
dig it. Yeah, and I got some good episodes to show. So
What's your goal? What's your goal? What do you see? When do you max out? What do you see?
You know what's funny? So I went to film school. I was actually very good in film school. I got picked as the top like 5 directors at Long Beach to work with Spielberg.
Wow.
Unfortunately, there was a twist to this. Spielberg could not make it when I was supposed to do this. I told my mom. I told everybody. They sent his cinematographer, and then he ended up working with the cinematographers. But Spielberg had to back out last minute. Not by any fault of his. It was just. But I was chosen for that, and I was really good at making the films. And then acting, I started doing acting and getting involved with that and making money doing commercials and this and that. And so I'm really my end goal is making a movie. I'm writing a comedy that's the funniest thing I've ever written.
Really?
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a sci-fi 80s style comedy.
Nice.
And it's I'll say the name later, but it's so good. I can't wait. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep doing hacks. I'm gonna branch off to give people what they want and do some fun shows off of that.
Yeah.
Try to get What to Text in a good position. Try to get it on TV again, and then get this movie made. Get Robot Cop made. I think it's gonna be huge. I'm telling you, it's the funniest thing me and my writing partners have
Could be the next Pluto Nash, Andy.
It could be the next Pluto.
Let's hope.
We're gonna get Eddie Murphy. No.
Yeah, there you go.
So so I'm writing it to star in it with an actor friend of mine that I've been in several shows with. We were in a Lewis and Clark Expedition comedy. It was like The Office meets the Lewis and Clark Expedition. It was so great.
Right.
Show did not make it to air because the writer's strike hit right when they were doing the deals on that. I wrote a show called Action Team, which I shot a pilot for, and it's about an action news team that works in a town where there's no action. So in order to save their jobs, they start creating the news at night to report on it during the day. So they're like, causing havoc and doing crazy shit.
That's
and
awesome.
I was the on-air camera guy, and we had this my friends from UCB. I was an improv guy, and we did this great episode with the bit was I'm gonna talk my brother, who's the tech guy, the introvert tech guy, into dressing like a bear in a bear suit so that I can get a story of bear loose in town, because those are always great stories. And so in the sequence, I tell him, go up in that tree, and then we shoot, and you come back down, we're done, right? And he's scared. He's like, well, what if I fall? He's a nervous guy. And I'm like, just do it. We'll put a trampoline. Out. You'll be fine. So then what I wanted to do with the show was incorporate sort of these big YouTube viral videos, and through our news camera lens. And we had this great girl, Betsy Sidaro. She's so funny, big in UCB, and you've seen her. She's in a ton of shows. She played the camera girl. So she's filming it, and we used that clip. I don't know if everybody's seen this clip. So it's a bear was in a tree,
right?
And the fire department, there was a trampoline next to it. They shoot it with a tranquilizer dart. It falls on the trampoline, flies even higher and lands on the ground. So of course now in our show, he's in the bear suit. Yeah. We get his ADR over and watch him, and then he's in a hospital just fully, he was like our Kenny, just destroyed. And that show I really wanted it. We almost sold at Comedy Central. I met with Ken Alterman. It went all the way to the top, and what happened was Broad City went forward. They wanted a girl-centric show, and mine was 2 guys and a girl, and it was like a workaholics type of vibe. But man, so I've been writing a lot of. I do a lot of scripted, and I just want to get something going. I just want to keep hustling.
Awesome.
And see what hits and see what people like,
Chunky and I had the same things in our careers where we pitched lots of stuff, and to some success, some degrees of success.
It makes me sick to my stomach that you're right there.
Yeah.
All you have is like one more douchebag to get over.
Right.
That's this place, though. That's this place. That's LA.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No
Absolutely.
doubt.
No, I've been there.
Have you ever thought about playing around in New York City on some of these hacks?
Yeah. We might do a Comic-Con, I think, but we may do Comic-Con out here. But I've learned some good hacks out in New York. I'm trying to think. I don't give away anything until I do it.
Yeah.
But I have a few. I actually, we're gonna also plan a Hacks of Life movie, where I'm gonna hack my way to across the country to like spring break. We're figuring it out right now. But
that's great.
I think I may help a Make-A-Wish.
See, that to me sounds like a TV series.
It'd be super. Like Bad Grandpa was.
Wait. Did you just hear what he just said? Say that again.
Okay, so the plot we're working on right now is that I'm gonna hack a Make-A-Wish kid. A Make-A-Wish kid comes to me because he wants to get laid, and I'm gonna hack him across the country to spring break to get him laid.
Nice.
And so we're gonna do partial scripted, partial real hack, hidden camera stuff.
Oh my god.
And
So,
yeah.
what about Chunky as the kid?
Chunky, you can be the kid. Yeah. He's like the man baby in Disneyland.
Right. But I want to tell you, know what I think would be good to team up if you can do anything with kids, not that Make-A-Wish thing, but if you need any kid, he's got a kid. All right, he's about this big. Beck would be perfect. How old is Beck now?
He's 13.
13.
But
And
he
I-
can play
and-
8.
Yeah, he can
play-
yeah.
oh, good. Okay,
and I got an oversized 15-year-old who's
He can play 30.
He can play. So we got you covered. Okay?
Beck was
Good,
actually
good.
in he was in a skit with Jay Larson and Ryan Sickler
Yeah.
for Comedy Central called My Asshole Neighbor.
Oh, okay.
And so the house is getting egged. Their paper's on fire, and they run out. It's the neighbor again. And then Beck, my son, who looks 9, is behind a Jeep Cherokee with a cigarette in his mouth, going, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. How's the Sudoku? He goes,
Yeah. And another thing, if you decide to do anything in New York, I got you covered as far as free places to stay too. But you know everybody. You probably
yeah.
call New York. Hey Trump, I need a room. Yeah. How much, Andy? What are we doing on time?
We're at 105.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So
That's fast, right?
That's what I love. You're my new favorite.
Yeah, I forgot we were doing
thanks.
a podcast for a minute.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We're just sitting there talking to shit. That's what the podcast is all. That's what the Garage of Love is all about. And you guys, if you're just tuning in North Carolina, we're about to wrap it up. But Mike Capes, please just go to YouTube, Hacks of Life, and then go to his your game show.
What to text?
What's it? Yeah. What to
text.
Yeah.
What to text?
What
yeah.
to text?
Yeah.
Gary and I are going to actually be on the panel.
I might have failed the audition.
That's right. Looks like me and Andy.
You know, why did I? So Andy and Chunky will be on.
So, not to press you, but what's our date that you want us to show up at the studio? What's our call time?
Yeah. God, I'm so.
This is our
willing.
Make-A-Wish.
That is awesome. Why don't you give all the information, how everyone can, your Insta, whatever you want people getting in touch with you.
Okay, great. Yeah. So my Instagram is at Mike Capes. Keep it simple. And my
that's,
Twitter,
CAPES.
CAPES, like Batman's cape. If there were more than one. And then my Instagram is the same, at Mike Capes. YouTube.com/Hacks-A-Life is the Hacks of Life. And then What to Text is lives on a channel called Simple Pickup. So that's where you can find What to Text. And I'm doing that new thing on Twitch. It's called Whiskey Business. And it's a talk show / piano bar, virtual piano bar, where you can. That'll be like Thursday nights, I think, live. And
That's awesome.
That's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Adler, any final thoughts on?
Yeah, I had a good idea. And I've never been on Tinder because we're married and old.
Don't rub it in.
But is there a leaderboard on Tinder? Because I would love to do a dating app where there's a leaderboard. You know, the people who are getting the most hits, like you can see.
That's actually a great idea.
Now, the leaderboard would consist of dates, making out, getting laid,
Or connections. Yeah, of course. It would be different colors.
Who's got the most hits?
Yeah.
It would have to be one-sided, I think, because once somebody sees the leader that's getting laid the most, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, they're gonna touch
Perhaps.
that."
Yeah.
no more."
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Or
You
might attract the cool girls. You know what I'm saying?
Experience.
That's true. I've never
No, I
actually
got
been on
nothing,
that
Chuck.
either.
I will say this though: if you're going to shop this summer,
Yeah.
for pool toys or whatever,
Any kind of toy.
and you go to Amazon, if you shop on Amazon, I know you have Amazon Prime. Is that right, Andy?
Well, I do actually.
Yeah. So just go to chunkybee.tv, hit the Amazon button,
Yeah.
shop through our site, and we get a little piece of the pie.
Nice.
And hit me up on Facebook, 1 Degree of Chunky B. And people, we're starting a dialogue. We're starting to communicate.
yeah.
But tell us what you want. That's how easy we are. We're like podcast sluts.
Yeah.
You know, slut's a sexy word.
And
isn't
we
it?
love our super friends.
Yeah, and our super friends Karen and Dukes and Mary Kay and
Love all those
you know I've been hanging out with a little bit Jay Flats. Jay Flats is a good guy.
I love Jay Flats.
Do you know
Does
Jay
he play
Flats?
music?
No.
Okay, he
Are you a
sounds like
hockey
he
fan?
should,
Are you a
right?
Kings fan?
But he's just terrible at it.
Yeah.
Good old Jay Flats.
Are you a hockey?
He's
are
the
you a hockey fan
seventh
at all?
rascal flat.
I'm not. I don't dislike hockey, but I'm not huge.
Well, he is the in-house entertainment at the Kings game.
Oh shit.
He's on the
Oh,
big screen
cool.
and stuff like that.
I've been to
He's
some
in a
Kings
lion
games,
suit.
that's for sure.
He's not in on show. He's not Bailey. It scares me that I know that Bailey's
That
name.
scares me too.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna put a bow on this. It's 1 Degree of Chunky B in the Garage of Love. Mike Capes, probably one of the coolest guests I think we've ever had.
Super fun.
And we
man.
walk them out here. I mean, just put them on my shoulder and just
Yeah.
Well, until
you know,
Ben Stein comes.
Give him a bobblehead.
Yeah. No, you got to be on the show 10 times for a bobblehead.
10 times for a bobblehead. 10
Well,
times
listen, we'll get him to sign the garage.
We'll get him signed.
We'll do a little
Yeah.
promo.
And we'll give him
take
some
a photo.
Asta to
give him a
go
little
home
Asta
with.
for it.
So this is going to help me age differently?
Yeah, that'll open up your anal glands.
Oh, perfect.
All right. No, you're not supposed to show that because we're,
Oh,
we're
I'm
not.
sorry, I'm
We're
sorry.
not allowed to advertise on.
Oh, my bad.
KRP.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
WKRP. WKRP. We love you, DP. Thank you for all your kindness. Spread the good word of 1 degree of Chunky B. I am Chunky B. We are DONE. Be real, be kind, be cool. Yes.
Nice one.
Thank